Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl Toya Taylor, and I'm back with another video. This is the review of Tyler Perry's Sistas, Season 4, Episode 8. The title of this episode is The Sister. Excuse my background, because y'all gonna hear the planes and the jets and the people, because I'm at a resort for my daughter's birthday celebration. Her birthday month is this month, and we've been celebrating all month because her birthday was on the 1st, so. And it's been enjoyable. Like, I'm living in Florida. I've took the kids. Me and my sister, we took the kids to SeaWorld and water parks. And we're also going to another water park today. So, and they have also been enjoying this resort. Like, I've been enjoying this resort. That's why I had to come out here on the balcony and put this review out for y'all, because we about to get the day started in a little while. So I just want to give y'all a little bit of Sistas before I get started. We start the episode off where we left off with Karen told the girls that she's pregnant. Danny asked her if she gonna keep the baby. All the girls looked at Danny like she shouldn't have said that. Danny was like, why you always gotta say everything you thinking? Danny said, why do I always gotta say everything that y'all thinking but won't say? Kudos to Danny, because yeah, why do y'all girls always try to shit her up for saying how she feels? She's entitled to her feelings, and she's entitled to express them as well. Karen told them that yes, she gonna keep the baby, and they asked, Danny asked who the baby is for, and they looked at her like she's stupid again. And I'm like, okay, this is normal girlfriend conversation. Like, you gonna keep the baby? Like, who's the daddy? You know, if you're not married, like, that's a logical question. She said that the baby daddy is Zach, of course. And, yeah, she's gonna keep the baby. Danny was like, ooh, Fatima not gonna like this, because she don't seem like the type of girl that agree with this. And they not knowing that Fatima already know. Okay, so they trying to blindside her, but they blindsided. When Fatima called and said that she was there, they was like, ooh, I just figured it out. You about to tell her right here, tonight. Karen was like, she need to know what type of man she dealing with. Andy was like, no, I'm stopping this. She started trying to call Fatima, and Danny stopped her. And she was like, no, just let it play out. And she was like, look, I'm not gonna tell her nothing until I find out what she know. By the time Fatima made it up the elevator, Andy met her over there at the elevator to her name that she didn't know what was going on, and it ain't no setup. Andy, this is still giving off, like the girl said, it was giving off setup energy. I feel why Fatima felt the need to want to leave after she got the information that they called her over there for. She was about to bounce, but the girls begged her to stay. But we're going to get to that. By the time Fatima walked in, Karen met them over there while Andy was talking to Fatima and told her, no, bring her on in. And Fatima was looking like, what's going on? And Karen said, I just need to talk to you. Come sit down. And Fatima said, no, I'll stand up. Karen stood on back up, looked at Fatima, crossed her arms, and said, I'm pregnant. I understand you trying to be straightforward, Karen, and everything, but I thought you said that you wasn't going to say nothing until you find out what she know. So Fatima looked at her and smiled and said, congratulations. And Karen said, by Zach. And Fatima said, yes. He already told me that. So then she over there melting down in the seat, and I just don't even understand. Sorry about the And I just don't even understand why Danny even constantly butting in the conversation. Honestly, I don't even understand why these girls are still sitting there on the couch listening and engaging in the conversation. All eyes, all ears, like, go mind y'all business at this point, because to me, that's rude. To me, that's very rude. Like, to be nosy like that, that's very rude. And Danny was very much being those study button in, talking about some, Fatima told Karen, 9 months is a very long time. And Karen was like, oh, you threatening me, Fatima? Fatima said, no, I'm not threatening you, but me and Zach, we're very new. And we think it's gonna work, of course, but only time will tell. Danny butting in talking about some, you just saying that to make her feel good. You know Zach crazy about your ass. I'm like, damn, whose side are you playing right now? Are you playing Karen's side or Fatima? You've been rooting Zach on with Fatima since day one. But you never rooted Karen on with Zach. And now y'all holler about, oh, you got the new Zach. You got the new Zach. What is the new Zach? Please tell me. Just because he ran up on some money, he ran up on a huge lick, now he's the new Zach because he with Fatima and he's finally being faithful, which we don't even know that yet because this man running around with 2 phones. I don't understand what's so new about this Zach except for he got a house, a good source of income, and nice car. He's with a new female that's, I give it to Fatima, that Fatima has encouraged him a lot. But like Fatima said, her and Zach is very new. Only time will tell. So all this new Zach, y'all calm down. Honestly, all y'all getting on my damn nerves. But anyways, Karen told Fatima, she was like, did Zach tell you how he's still calling me? Fatima was like, oh really, that's funny. Because I got his password to his phone and I didn't see your name in there one time. And Karen said, well maybe he got 2 phones. And Fatima said, yeah he do. And I got the passcode to that one too, and I didn't see your name in that one either. And Karen was like, really? Okay, well, I wouldn't trust him. Fatima was like, okay, thank you for being concerned, but if that's all you call me here for, I'm gone. Karen was like, no, I'm not concerned at all. But I know him, every bit of him. And Fatima was like, okay, well, that's nice to know. Karen, she was about to walk off and sit down. She thought about it, she went on, got back up. She was a woman about it. Even though I don't understand why she lied at first and told Fatima that Zach had been calling her. But I guess after she explained it, I can kind of understand your hurt, but I still don't understand your lie. Karen told Fatima, he ain't even calling me. I lied. He ain't called me. I'm just pissed about the whole situation. The fact that I put my all into this man and built him to the man that he is just for him to go want to be with you. Fatima was like, I understand. I was once you, Karen. I was once in your shoes. It hurts when you build a man up just for him to go be the man that you wanted him to be for the next woman. And that was so real. Like, men tend to do that. They do tend to do that, and it's only if you let them. It's only if you let them, and that's how I feel. So they talked, and it seemed like everything was understood. Karen told her, look, when I have this baby, my baby's father will be in his or her life. And Fatima was like, understood. I agree. And if this is Zach's baby and he ever bring the baby home with him, I will treat that baby with care. I would love that baby as if that baby is my own. And I respect Fatima for that. And Karen said, understood. And she walked off and sat back down. And so Fatima, she was like, okay, if that was all you wanted, then I'm gone. And Fatima started to walk off. And the girl stopped her and asked her, could you just come sit down with us? Like, we got wine, we got drinks. Like, you come join us. The beef is over. Let's come cut some chicken. Fatima sat down with the girls. And when Fatima sat down with them, I was just like, I don't know. I wasn't really feeling that part because I wouldn't have trusted them girls after they just sat down and let that go down, not knowing, you know, I'm in the blind about what's about to happen. And all Andy asking me is, can you spare an hour for me tonight? And when I get there, this is the hour that you wanted me to spare you for? So I'm just not feeling the fact that Fatima sat down with them. Because honestly, y'all kind of all showed y'all true colors, how y'all just sat around and let it happen. Fatima can handle her own, but at the same time, just walking in on a situation like that and the fact that y'all didn't clear the room when her and Karen was talking, it's just like, I see what type of females y'all is. Y'all some nosy ass, in the circle ass hoes. And I don't get down like that. I feel outcast at this point. If I was Fatima, I would have felt outcasted, and I wouldn't have wanted to sit down and mingle with them. Like, we cool, ain't no beef, but I ain't trying to mingle. That's all I'm saying. But anyways, so she mingled anyway. While they was mingling, well, Karen said, oh, I'm just gonna stay single for a while. And it was like, oh, I'm thinking about doing that too. And then it was like, psh. And it was like, don't get mad at me because I like a man to love me. And I'm just like, Danny ain't getting mad at you. She just speaking facts. Like, nice try, Andy, but I don't think you can do that. As many times you done took Gary back on this show, and he ain't even just genuinely loved you like how I love to be loved. If you love to be loved, you'll quit running back to Gary. But anyways, Fatima, she tried to engage in the conversation, and then she told her to fall back because you already know. You and Zach, y'all gonna make it. And I'm just like, here go Danny again. It's like she on some pick me type of shit with Fatima. I don't know, but I guess. So anyways, they head to the kitchen and go fix some drinks. And Fatima, she was like, Andy, this your new place for real? And she wondering how she got the place. And Danny was like, wait, before we change the subject, y'all remember the airport guy? Yeah, he really the FBI, and he asked me out on a date. And I'm thinking about going out on a date with him, but I don't know. And here comes Sabrina, she's talking about Kelvin. And then said, is he all right? And Sabrina was like, what you talking about? And then he said, now you know what she's talking about. He's pointing around like how Kelvin did in the bank. And Danny's got to telling Fatima how Gary bought Andy the penthouse, and they got to chopping it up. When they was done with that and everybody left, Fatima made it back home to Zach. And she told Zach all about it. She was like that she loved them girls, and she loved Karen too. And everything went well, even though Karen tried her at first. So Zach, he kind of confused, and he was like, you love them? Okay. And I mean, too, I was like, you love them? I mean, it's kind of too soon to be like feeling like these really your friends. I mean, that's just how I see it. Yeah, Zach started telling Fatima about Gary and how Gary said that some people been talking on his name, but he wouldn't tell Zach what was said, and so now Zach don't trust him. And Fatima was telling him like, no, don't trust Gary. And Zach tripped me out how he was talking about how Gary, you know how Gary talk. I was like, Lord. That was the epitome of a bathroom conversation with a boyfriend and girlfriend. Y'all know how them bathroom conversations be. Fatima was telling him, like, look, don't trust him. Don't trust Gary. Zach, he was like, I don't know about Jake. I want to trust him, but I don't know. And honestly, what y'all think about Jake? Y'all think he trustworthy? Because honestly, I'm starting to think that he's not trustworthy. Because I just don't understand. To me, it raised red flags when people just so adamant about helping you when they don't even know you. They just met you. Jake telling him, oh, I want to help you because I like you. When people usually volunteer so much help when they don't even know you and they just met you, usually it's because they're getting a cut out of the deal somewhere. And I do believe Jake know what Gary got going on with him. And he probably working with Gary to watch Zach too. And y'all can jump down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Jake is working with Gary against Zach? Or do y'all think Jake is genuine towards Zach for real and just want to help him? Because I don't think so. But anyways, yeah, Zach told Fatima he ain't gonna trust him. And he don't need her to do nothing because she's sitting over there looking like she plotting up something in her head right now. And he was like, look, I don't need a whole bunch of men in suits on top of cars, but naked on top of cars now. I handle this myself. and I'm thinking the same thing because I'm like, why Fatima always feel the need to just jump so quick to help Zach? Like, I understand this your man and you want to have his back at all times. I agree with that. But I don't agree with enabling a man on some mothering type stuff, like a mother with their son. Like Fatima is so overprotective with Zach to the point where it's irritating sometimes, because that ain't your son. You not raising him. You need to calm down, because I feel like even with real world life, with women and men, period, give a man the opportunity, leeway to be your hero. Sometimes you always trying to save him. You always trying to show him you ride or die. He might forget to show you that he ride or die in the midst of you always trying to show up for him. Calm down a little bit and see if he's even worth you doing all this for. Is he gonna ride for you the same way you gonna ride for him? Which I do believe that Zach will ride for Fatima the way she ride for him. But I'm just speaking in general on some real life shit. So Gary is waiting on Hayden at his office. Hayden come hopping in on the crutches. He still got 2 black eyes and a busted lip. But he's still coming through trying to check on the situation. Dude, go heal yourself. You hopping around trying to check and see if what Zach said. Dude, go heal yourself first. But anyways, so Gary had just got off the phone with Zach, and Zach ain't tell him nothing. Zach played it cool, but he ain't say nothing at all. He didn't tell Gary how he got the money. Gary started trying to find out. Gary started acting like, he really on Zach's side, telling Zach, let him hold a portion of the money. So that, blase, all this scheme that stuff Gary talking about. And he think Zach gonna fall for. Zach not finna fall for that mess. Zach on the other end of the phone, like, looking at the phone like, think I'm crazy. But still playing along with him. So, yeah, I'm glad Zach ain't no fool. I'm glad he did catch on to Gary little schemes and tricks. Hayden was like what he said. Gary told Hayden he didn't say nothing. And so, Gary looking at Hayden like, what you really got going on? Like, what's this all about? Hayden was like, nothing, man. I don't like people doing illegal stuff. Oh, really? Mr. Stalker? You don't like people doing illegal stuff? And just like Gary told him, yeah, nobody but you. And I'm glad Gary told him like it was. And honestly, I'm starting to think that Gary and Hayden gonna turn against each other, because we can already see they don't see it for each other. Clearly. And they don't even trust each other. Gary asked, what about Andy? You been watching her for me at the law firm, right? Where Robin is? Hayden told him Robin going back to London. And Gary was like, okay, well, just let me know when he make it back. And Hayden was like, keep a fire on that situation for me, and I got you. And he get the hopping out, and Jake walking in. Gary, he like, help him to the car for me, please. And Hayden was like, I don't need no help. And he hopped on out. Jake, he was like, why you trust that dude? And Gary said, as much stuff I got on Hayden, ain't nothing finna go wrong. And so I'm like, okay, Jake working with Gary on this scheme. All this is just too much for me. Like, all y'all grown men, this is what y'all do on y'all free time? Come on now. Get it together. So we back over here at the penthouse. And Andy decided she was going to stay. Karen called her like, I knew you wasn't going to come. And Andy was like, no, I'm not going to come. I'm going to enjoy my penthouse tonight just for one night. Only for one night. Andy wants to feel the feeling that George and Louise felt on the Jeffersons, if it's only for one night. And I don't blame him. It's time to move on up, because that penthouse is very inspiring. And honestly, like I said in previous reviews, ain't no telling when Gary got up his sleeve for real. And ain't no telling when, somebody gonna be knocking at her door to come repo all her shit out her apartment again, like it happened the first time on season 1 when Gary got her seized for all her shit. Keep fooling with Gary on that level, Andy, you're gonna wind up with nothing. And he gonna make sure that. So you just best to hope it's only for one night. You know, even though it's in your name, I just feel like your apartment was in your name, but it still got seized. Fooling with Gary, he too slimy. Ain't no telling what type of criminal shit he out there doing. I just wouldn't want to deal with it. I wouldn't want to deal with him. But Andy, she gonna have to learn the hard way because she done walked over to the bed. The tablet said, "Play me." She played the tablet. It was Gary, popped up on the screen. He want to take her for a tour around the apartment. Basically, Gary, he know Andy, and he know all the tricks to pull out his hat when it's time to make her smile, when it's time to make her submit to what he want her to do. And so that's just that on that. Andy fall for it every time. So she walking around the apartment as he's showing her around, showing her to her favorite ice cream, showing her to all the love letters that he wrote her and had sent to her, I guess, over the years. And when he hung up, he was like, "I hope you text me calm. If you text me calm, I'm on my way. But if you don't text calm, I know what it is. But I just hope that you have a good night." And when she hung up the tablet, when she put it down, she shedded one tear. And it was cut. Maurice, the next day, he's headed to work. And as he's unlocking the bank, Q done popped out from the other side. So Maurice like, "Hold on, what's going on? What you doing here?" And Q was like, "I just got out of jail." Maurice was like, "They let you out?" And he was like, "Yeah, and I'm supposed to be at your house right now, or else they coming back to put me back in jail." Because he got a bracelet on, and he was like, "This bracelet's supposed to be at your address that I gave them." And which is why I said Maurice should have called that prison himself and spoke to them people and told them people that, "Oh, that's a lie. That address that boy giving y'all, that's not his address. That's my address. The address that I just called y'all to come pick him up and arrest him. And y'all let him give y'all the same address that y'all arrested him from? Like, y'all ain't even doing y'all job correctly." But although Maurice should have reported it, he should have reported all of these. And now he just gonna let it happen. I don't even want to talk about that situation because I'm pretty sure all this shit gonna play out ugly. And Maurice don't listen, so Maurice gonna get what he wanna get. And if he wanna get robbed and used, let him get robbed and used. Sabrina ain't gonna save you each time. And you're gonna wind up losing your job in a minute. So now Aaron calls Karen to let her know that he thinks that the baby is his. He was telling her, "Look, you might want to check the dates because the dates is adding up to around the time me and you had sex." And I'm just like, the dates? Karen's still waiting on the dates. Karen said that she haven't went to the doctor yet. That's why the girls looking at her like, all you took was a pregnancy test. Then they're saying, "We doing all this for a funky pregnancy test. You ain't went to the doctor." But even though Karen told him that she took 3 of them. So she took 3 pregnancy tests, which is why she feels so confident that she is pregnant. But she still don't have a date, so she don't know who the baby is actually for because she had sex with Aaron, she had sex with Zach around the same week. And I guess that's the dates that Aaron going off of, but still, like, you don't even know how far along she is. Don't forget that she could be further along whenever her and Zach, on second season, I believe it was, they had sex in the back seat of the car. She could have got pregnant from that scene. She could be pregnant from that scene. We don't know yet because we don't even know the dates. It was more than one sex scene with her and Zach. So, honestly, I just feel like Aaron needs to stop getting his hopes up like how he doing because, I mean, I feel sorry for him to see him crushed after he done, got his hopes up. But although he did say, like, you know, if this baby is for mine, Karen, like, I would be so happy. I would be so grateful, and I would love this baby, and I would love you, and I would make sure you're happy. And Karen was like, okay, yeah, that's good to know, but I gotta go, so good night. And Aaron was like, okay, good night. And I don't know why she treated Aaron so mean, but I guess it's just the pregnancy. Her having an attitude from the pregnancy ain't clicking well with him trying to be nice right now. So she hung up the phone with Aaron, and honestly, this is just my input of it all. I feel like the way the storyline is starting to play out, I'm starting to feel like we might find out that in the end, it might turn out to be Aaron's baby. Because I feel like it might be a twist. It might turn out to be Aaron's baby. Because remember, Aaron was celibate, right? And Aaron was like, look, if the church members at the church find out I had sex, they're going to kick me out the church. And I'll no longer be a pastor. It just kind of make me feel like, what if it all of a sudden be a twist? That the baby is for Aaron. And that's how the church find out that he had sex before marriage. And kick him out of the church. And that's just a little side thought. And also, it was something that I thought about too, about Gary and Hayden. When you go back into season 2 and you realize that Hayden was with the FBI when they seized Andy's apartment, and Hayden came back into her office and told her that she can go back home now because all her stuff is back home. Hayden been working for Gary. Hayden been watching Andy at their law firm for Gary. Because when Hayden came in and told her that she can go back to her apartment after the FBI had seized her stuff, and Hayden was the one on season 2 that came in and told Andy that she can go back to her apartment now, all her stuff back. And he congratulated her on winning the case with Bethamon, whatever his name was. And so in the middle of that conversation, Hayden told Andy to watch out for Gary because one of the officers at the jail overheard him saying out loud that Andy better give me my money back or else. And so this when Gary was trying to get all his money back that he sent her to her job in a box that Fatima had delivered to her. And I know y'all remember. And if y'all don't, I'm going to remind you. Hayden told her, he was like, watch out for Gary. He said he knew about that guy that you was at a gay bar with last night. And he waited on Andy to answer, but Andy didn't answer. And he was like, weren't you out at a gay bar with him last night? As if he got a tape recorder or something recording her. If y'all go back to the episode, look at the episode. And think about when Gary just said that as much shit I know on him, they been working together. And not only have he been watching Fatima, he been watching Andy out there at their law firm. Baby, Gary must got pulled around there. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. But anyway, I just wanted to bring that to y'all attention as well. Drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all opinion of this episode. Do y'all think that Karen handled the situation well with Fatima? Y'all think Fatima held her ground with this situation with Zach and Karen? Drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think. And I'll be back with the trailer breakdown. I have some stuff that I gotta speak on that as well. So thank y'all for listening. This is your girl Toya Tillings. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. And also hit that notification bell button down below so you know when I come through with more videos. Until next time, I hope y'all have a great day. Peace.